you guys are doing is just, it's amazing. Your ethos of open data is something I really believe strongly in, and trying to make it accessible to the public is also one of our big pushes, but we come at more from the citizen science background. Where's my little picture? Okay. So, there you go. So this is my team. We're a nonprofit now. I'm the executive director, and my co-founder is Mark Dabrowski. He's a developer. I'm a web designer and front-end developer. Ollie, that's my husband. He's also a developer. And Jordan, he's got a background in data and environmental sciences. And we worked on this project together, all four of us. But how did Water Rangers get started? And it got started a long time ago. And this is my dad. And we're on a lake in Val-des-Monts. It's near Ottawa in Canada. And he does the water quality testing for the lakes, the phosphorus testing every spring when the lake turns over. And when he showed me the results, I said, well, what does it mean? Is that good? Is that a good reading? He's like, oh, I'm not sure. So we Googled it. And we're like, yep, it's pretty good. And I'm like, well, how does that compare to last year? Are we improving? Is that getting better? So we got his filing cabinet out, and we got all the papers out. And I said, you know, on this lake, there's so many people that care about this water. And yet, there's this disconnect between the data that's being collected for it and the people that care about it. And they don't understand it, and they don't have easy access to it. They really have to do a lot of digging. So a year and a half ago, I heard about aqua hacking, and we decided we were going to make a citizen science collection app for it. I'm a web designer, so I wanted to make it nice and easy, explanations and those sort of things. And so I started with paper prototyping. We presented River Rangers. It was for the Ottawa River. And that's the moment we found out we won the aqua hacking competition. You can see my husband very excited. But as you guys know, your first attempt, your first prototype is not always perfect. So after the competition, we took a step back, and I actually went out with the Ottawa River Keepers and learned about their testing protocols. I went out with the conservation authorities locally that do the lake testing, learned about how they collect data too. Because as a web designer, I really need to understand the people that are collecting the data, but then also these people, the fishermen, the whitewater canoers, the people that actually care about the quality of this data. And this is from this morning. So I did a water quality test. I have my own little kit. It's got some basic stuff. I was on the Maumee River. We're staying at a cottage there. And we did some basic readings with some basic equipment. So this is what you do when you go. It's geolocated, and you create a very, very simple report. And these get conglomerated into these location summaries, where we do little graphs. We track things like photos, ice on, reptiles, and those sorts of things, as well as issue reporting in conglomeration with other agencies. But then we came when we heard about the GLOS challenge, and we were so excited because you guys have great data, and it's really interesting. And I wondered, how could we bring that data onto our platform, which is very, very more like, it's basic so that it's an easy entry point for the average citizen. And we looked at your pump data. This is the A1 pump. And you take it every 10 minutes, and it's a lot of data. And maybe for someone who's just getting started, we felt like it was too much for them to do. So what we did was we took a data point one time per day for our graphing. We also wanted to take your data, and because we're Canadian, we went on and found some data from Canada, and they have some water chemistry. And you guys are, your staff is amazing at helping me get in contact with these people and figuring out how to download these resources. This is supposed to be a video, it's not working. As part of this challenge, we also we've imported some buoys. The daily, one point daily, but we also built the ability to filter the map by a group. So we have this idea of a group, and your data gets combined into just your group. So you can say, okay, only show me the GLOS data. Only show me this Conservation Authority's data on this map. And that was a new feature we built just for this. But we also said, only show me a certain type of water quality test, so that you can filter them out by that. So Lake Ontario has some data. And this is a video, so you could have seen me go through. I don't know why it's not playing. Okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. It doesn't matter. And then we have your data from GLOS, and what we do is we put it on very simply. Again, same as you guys. You can hover over so you can see individual dates. And then we have sort of the idea of safe levels, which you have too. What values do you want for certain levels, which I think is really important. We pulled some photos in as well. And then you can go to individual reports. Now, we drove from Canada, and we arrived yesterday. And the big plan was we were going to get a boat, and we were going to go out to your buoy. And I was going to do a water quality sample there with my little kit, you know, do a secchi depth, do all those things. But we didn't arrive till about 6 p.m. last night. It ended up being too late, so I'm really sorry. That was going to be part of my presentation for you guys. And Jordan, who's the data guy, he was tracking. He's like, okay, this is what you have to do, you know. But the whole idea is that a citizen could be out there, and that they can add to it. They can take photos, and they can contribute to that report. And the whole idea is to reconnect people with this great data that you guys are already collecting. We also have sort of a gamification. City of Toledo, you're in the lead. Linotech's right on their heels. As far as the ones that we've pulled in so far, how many observations. And then we have, you can go to your profile, it has the information, links to all the great metadata that you guys talked about, which I think, and Jordan was very excited about it. He's like, okay, I actually understand, you know, how we can use your data, which I think is amazing. And this, I just wanted to talk about this sort of potential for collaboration with citizen groups. And this is Sheila, and she's been collecting E. coli data on this stream that goes around the island of Hull. It's on Quebec. And they have a outtake pipe that has some E. coli problems. But all this paperwork was just sitting, all these lab reports were just sitting on her desk. And she's like, I don't know who to show this to, I don't know where to put it. And you know, that's why I love the idea of these platforms where we can bring data together. We put this on the map, and you can see at a glance, 21,000, that's not very good. It's really bad. But you can also click on the little question mark, and it tells you, well, what are safe levels for E. coli? And I showed this to a city councillor in Gatineau, and he said, yes, that's awesome. You know, at a glance, I can see we need money for infrastructure, and I can bring that to someone to help them make that happen. We're also working in Mobile Bay, Alabama, and they're doing issue reporting there on our platform. So they collect the data, and then we're hoping to bring in more data from public sources and bring them all together on one platform, alongside with issue reporting and timelines for issues. You can set up citizen groups, as well as having your data separate for things like GLOS, where the data quality is much higher. We keep the data separate in these ideas of groups, and we can talk about the testing protocol and the things that you can use for that. And each person can earn badges as they collect more data, and we really encourage people to go to the same place more than once, so that they become reconnected with their water bodies. As I said, we just started doing test kits for citizens. They love it, and the biggest feedback I've gotten was, I went to more beaches. I cleaned up garbage. I really cared about the fact that, you know, there was so much pollution here. that I picked up this garbage. And you know, they notice things more when they start doing little tests of their own. And the idea of scientific literacy is a really big thing for us. When people start understanding the basics, when more complex reports come out, then they can start to understand. So far we got lots of partners, and I can't wait to put your guys' logo up there, but I had to ask you. No, it is. But thank you so much for having me here and for letting me be a part of what you guys are doing. And I hope that that relationship can continue. Thank you.